suffer
You're
stomach.
having an animal in her mouth.
Ah. Good hunting then. I'll pass. Thank you.
Be
All yours.
friend.
You worked for it, after all.
Jinpei friend. I suppose I should partake. I don't need all of it.
Huh? Don't need all of it.
Oh.
Actually learn how to cook it, maybe.
I should learn how to cook it, maybe.
What is it? Oh. Indeed. I guess that kind of something. Yeah. Just push it in my face.
I think at least remembered an old part of himself or something. Rewoken.
Well, then most of it transpired while I was away, attempting to, well,
There was
follow
a
up on some of the studies.
someone familiar to I and the others. A old member of the group also. She's also the right hand of my father. She made herself known. She didn't attack unless directly confronted. But she is a high-ranking pyromancer.
I think.
Very few can actually challenge her.
Aren't her focuses
I
entirely
think
on
that's all she's able to
pyromancy?
communicate, or...
Pyromancy completely and a few other things.
Understood.
I don't remember. I remember that she knows some healing magic, but I don't know all of her everything.
Understood. I'll keep that in mind.
That's the hard part.
I suppose that might prove to be quite the
Is she
problem.
able to at least retain,
Agreed.
like, past conversations?
Would it not depend on the backlash, though? Stronger the
There's ways
magic,
around
the
that.
better the cost.
I guarantee that
Okay.
she has taken such measures.
It's true. Figure coming from the woods. Be careful.
That
Don't
is
recognize.
that
It's
is
Ramael. Not Ramael.
easy now.
Seraphil.
You know this one.
Yes. One of our own.
No, I mean as in you in fact know this one.
Yes.
No, I have understood that. That's simply stating a fact.
And I'm agreeing with said fact.
Doesn't really give much to it if you just agree to a fact.
I was caught off guard by something and was a bit late to...
But of course.
Probably more of those dogs or whatever the fuck they're around here.
The dogs, yes. Well, we encountered on the way here was one of the dogs, and then it was the one orc that we were sent to kill.
This is by
Past acquaintance.
Mm.
As much, I suppose.
Could be worse. Could be far worse.
So many different.
Like the kingdom we were residing in and have undead chasing it
I
every other
don't know,
corner.
and or know either. Just from long before in the group.
In the group.
Where the bloody hell is
Do
that
you
spirit?
remember any word?
It keeps on wandering off, then show it back up. Of course it does. We're gonna need him to guide us to where we actually need to go, otherwise we'll be walking through endless wood till the day as we die. And knowing this land,
Which did you
prefer?
imagine everything? Their name is Fee. I forgot her name.
See,
I'm going for a walk.
Mysterious is not like much of a conversation.
Please, friend.
Yes, you are indeed.
I have a question for you. Yes, you.
Not one for fee.
Not on for
I
Fee.
don't think that she
Fee!
would understand.
Very well. Go on.
How long did it take for you to prefer monster blood over people?
Give it a couple of centuries, I suppose.
Okay. How did you start? Was it a gradual process? Did you just make the switch immediately? Was it difficult? Did you have cravings?
It was more so being exposed to the same sort of cuisine over and over again. It sort of just loses its appeal to you. I'm pretty sure people are the same way. Well, we are people, but I mean, again, dining on the same thing over and over again. Knowing that your time here is unlimited in terms of age until something decides to drive a sword through you. And I assume this is coming from something. Regardless, as a vampire that sort of needs the nourishment to survive, you sort of just get used to it, and your instincts tell you that this is the best thing ever, and it will never ever get better. This is just the pinnacle. But just because it is simply the pinnacle doesn't mean it is the only option. You grow tired, become used to the urge, not used to the urges, but the feeling of what it gives you. And at some point, just like a daily routine of wake up, eat, work, sleep, repeat, it just becomes mundane. Because when I saw a flashing light for a second, it worried me. But yes, you have to get through the no instincts, the urges, but the urges are still there.
Again with the blood.
What, if I may ask, what is troubling you? It's written all over your face. Actually, let me ask a more simplified and specified question. What about it of Ravenna is bothering you?
I've never fed on someone that lived afterwards. I don't feed on people that I associate myself with for this exact reason. It has been all I've thought about for a little less than 4 months now.
Is it a cultural thing? I don't know much about your sort of, how should I say, Aston origins, or if it's just simply a matter of morals. I know that you and the, I don't remember her name, the blue-haired vampire, seems to have an adverse opinion of you, our kind.
I just don't want to be a monster.
You're not, you're a person.
It's hard to feel that way when all I want to do is sink my teeth into a neck.
Would you say the same thing about the carnivorous predators? They need to do it to survive. Are they the same as monsters? For just wanting to live?
They're considered as such by many. They are considered an adverse opponent. If I walked to our party and I put her on the ground and I bit her, do you think the others would do?
Then what separates you from a beast pinning down its prey? That you can talk? The
difference is the restraint. But I don't have much of it.
You will learn in time, that is for sure.
Will it be before or after she dies?
I don't know that. That I don't know.
I'd like for it to be before.
If you want to garner at least 2 months' blood, I can introduce you.
I'd like to try.
It
Anything
looks
is
like
better
the
than this.
others are going to leave soon. I just want to let you know.
Alright, we'll walk back.
Okay. I go back.
One thing, you're still having your hood up even though we're under the fog and night.
It makes me feel better.
Very
It's
well.
a mental thing, mostly. It doesn't do much to protect me from anything but the sun, but I don't know. If no one can look directly at me, then I feel safer.
I can procure perhaps the more bland tasting monsters, maybe sweetened for you in terms of see if there's anything in terms of overpowering flavor.
Sure. What do you want in return?
Nothing. You are already struggling. Why would they want to take anything more from you?
There's always something to be gained from others. I wouldn't fault you if you wanted something.
I will think about it, though I promise you, and I want to ensure that I perhaps relieve any sort of anxiety towards what the lingering answer might be. It might be not be as glamorous as you make that be, but I'm not going to have you traverse to the other side of the world for something.
I don't mind the ugly.
Okay.
The world is ugly.
But you don't want to be ugly. Well, you seem to be doing a good job of it already. The genes are strong.
Is that where we're all headed?
I suppose I'm simply waiting.
Are we to be following them?
They're checking other kills. Some people think, people live away, people live away.
Have you had a good breakfast, Fee?
Good breakfast fee.
Good. No, it still seems like you're hungry. Hungry.
Hungry.
Yes, good. That is what hungry means. Holds out a centipede. You nearly bit my fingers off.
Nearly bit my fingers off.
Fingers.
Fingers.
He shoves it straight into your mouth.
He is friend.
You are simply too much.
You are simply too much.
Where'd everyone
Oi, your little tail. It's bonking me. Ooh. 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 Hold on, V. Hold still.
Hold still.
Hold still.
Hold still.
No, V, let it go. You're going to hurt yourself. That is you. Fee. Fee. That is Fee. I was merely trying to throw her tail and she instantly bit at it. Oh.
Nothing of note over there. Seems like it's all ransacked.
Are you alright, Fee? Is your tail okay?
Is your tail okay?
Oh, here we go again. Oh. Oh.
We are in a forest. It is a nature spirit, and Mother Nature herself. She's probably got eyes everywhere.
Maybe don't spin so much.
If you have no one opposed to it,
What you doing?
What are you doing?
I think she's sizing you up. Your hand is a bit intimidating.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're doing it worse. You're hiding something behind your back. That is a predatory stance. Get smaller, get smaller, get smaller.
Don't hurt me.
There you go. That's how you avoid trouble with at least predatory animals. Not that Fee is one. Fee's a person, but that is why when you see a bear, you lie down. You make yourself as small as possible. Same sort of social lure can be said with gorillas. If you look one in the eye, you're sort of challenging them. It's a bit of a discomfort. So not making eye contact, because if the predator thinks that it knows that you know it's there, it'll feel like it's in danger. That is why eye contact is sometimes seen as a threat display.
I see. Never seen gorillas before at all.
They are more of a northern kind, whether they be on the islands or the landmass.
See. So every time I see Fee, what's her name? I have to like go into a ball so she doesn't attack me?
Probably not. If you'd establish yourself enough to a point where she at least sees you as a non-hostile threat or a part of the pack, she might be sort of instinctively or predominantly trying to assert herself as the pack leader. As long as she thinks so, that is fine. But that might come with troublesome behaviors. But again, certain things can be kept on the track. That's how you. I wouldn't say domesticate, because wild animals cannot be domesticated. They can be trained and tamed. Rather, you can't expect a wild animal to be good in housing environments.
We're
Yes.
getting ready to move out.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So yes, just enough to not let us see you as a threat.
Okay. Do you think it was a bad move to accept her food?
No, it is actually a good kind gesture. It is much similar to how house cats will bring their owners live prey in order for them to learn how to hunt. Or they simply see you as a not much of a good hunter, so therefore they are training you or trying to provide for you. It's a sign of good gesture and care.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Oh, it's the spirit.
I guess we're moving.
Yes, indeed.
True though, you know, a nature spirit, living the avatar or at least messenger of dangerous people, if they have certain
You know what they say? Nature calls.
Oh, where's my sword?
Nature is calling, in a sense.
Seems the front end of our group has decided to make haste. We should probably pick up our own pace.
Well, yeah, a lot of the group.
You're not the one carrying everything.
A lot of us tend to like to save our breath, but
They're not that far ahead, they'll be fine. No sense in wasting the energy that we do have.
someone has to hold up the vanguard. Well, not vanguard, but whatever the rear is.
Backline.
Exactly. Our screams will alert them.
Do you have anything written in your book, Jinpei, about plants?
You mean fauna? And flora? Fauna and flora.
Any inkling of an idea on why these trees are blue?
There are known blue plants, that is for sure. And why they grow here is such a thing. They don't seem to be growing as big as the other ones. That is for sure.
Do you think it might be the result of all the undead?
I don't see how that may be unless you think they're tainting the ground.
Ghost tree.
I think we're being judged for being slow.
We are being judged for conserving our energy. Smart over brutish.
Concerned about our little friend.
But yes, a bit of a speculation I could see, especially, is that this is perhaps not a tree but a really big plant. Stem.
Is that not what a tree is?
Well, yeah, but I mean as in, like, in terms of, how should I say, like, these are simply stems taking,
Guide friend not having the patience nor the
like a tall flower.
overwriting.
Perhaps it's also meant to mimic as such because, well, the main sort of eater for these trees are orb reavers and caterpillars. They can usually decimate the tree before it can even begin to grow as much of a sapling. And
Which
perhaps,
there's a lack of those.
or rather, they're trying to camouflage as something that is not a tree, or
Therefore, guide your very own.
usually they eat greeny, so perhaps blue will be a sort of. Actually, that's another notion. It might also be a distress sort of warning pattern, to be like, "Hey, I am poisonous. Don't touch me." Especially many warning patterns such as that is very prominent in sort of snakes and slugs and sea slugs and other nudibranchs.
Touches the tree and gets a terrible itch.
Yes, except those are green and they're a little hard to see. So that's a bit of a bitch move by evolution.
That is, actually. It's not exactly easily avoided.
This looks familiar.
Wow, is this from the critically acclaimed trailer for Fated Dominion?
Wow, I think it is. We saw this. We're all gonna get eaten by a werewolf. Man, this is not a werewolf.
Yep, it's gonna happen. Werehog?
A werehead.
A hedgehog?
A hedgehog.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you like...
No.
I think if anyone understands you going
Damn.
invisible, so like pause or combat.
I love this raccoon model so much. That always gets me. The fucking jump is so good.
It really is.
I didn't put my mission on. Classic Lorelai.
Most of you are edible.
You're edible.
Everyone's edible.
We're so edible. 2 failed nights of hunting.
2? Oh shit.
Oh,
Sorry for the cold shoulder. I really want to eat.
Yeah, I figured.
why don't we arbitrarily hunt then this session?
I don't know, man. I found the
I like
raccoon in like the
Hunting
first
humans.
shed I went into. So like,
Anything.
Can't run very well.
Oh well, then I have.
Giant enemy crab.
It's a coconut crab.
Giant enemy coconut crab.
She relocated very quickly. She's like, oh,
It's more of a spider crab.
Like, I'll be nice. Good morning.
Oh, the little hands! I love the hands.
It wasn't even 5 minutes.
God. My fucking collar keeps turning off. It's like it's tempting them.
I spawn in,
Put it back on.
and it's not even 5 minutes, and you kill me.
I'm a hunter.
Wait, why didn't Lorelai eat what Fee's offering? It's
That's clean. That's clean.
Lorelai gave. Oh, hold on.
I'll just go with normal. I can fucking hide behind a tree and vanish.
I'm slow.
We got light sources. Do not fret. We can keep things bright. I'm so
I don't know, I'm fucking big and I'm carrying all the shit. I might be slow.
Around. You could always throw it all off.
I've got a dash on here I can use with my teleport.
That's true. You got plenty of cheats.
I absolutely cheats. She cheats so hard.
You do. I see it all the time where like you get fed up of like I'm done being a paraplegic and go to
Okay. Hello. You're fine. Alright, gang. Just definitely know everyone. Yeah.
I'm about to witness a crime over here.
I love him.
Why would you kill me then?
I can't believe it.
We're just so killer.
I like have to have my mirror on so that I don't like constantly like hit check people.
No. Yep. Okay, cool. I was doing head count with Gucci. Jingle keys. I can't be asked to get my fucking keys.
I can't horse kick. Wait, no, this rots.
Usual shit. Player start, because no shit, fucking players. When we're ready to go, feel free to jump in. Take it at your own pace, but once I'm in, I'm started being this little shit again. So,
Awesome.
don't miss out.
Lock
Lock the fuck in.
Take it back.
No.
Let's go.
Hey, look, I saw you like put something in
Oh, play start.
What? I love my pennies.
Oh, delicious.
Oh wait, no, you come with me.
Where are we going?
I'm not above thievery.
Whoops.
Our light sources are clashing. It's like hockey.
Oh, this is the same map we used for that trailer. Oh shit.
If anyone doesn't feel touching their joystick, I do have 3 seats in the model.
You have 3 seats on the model?
Moss, I love you. Moss,
It's
wait.
like a horse.
Ow!
Damn.
Moss, I
Are
love
they
you.
on?
How bad is the motion sickness on that thing?
It's
I don't
probably
care.
pretty bad.
So that's
Walk a little bit, like one
for me.
Give him a little example.
How do I get down? I had to resist everything.
Alright, adventure, let's go.
There's a fucking prefab where like always makes you face up when you're riding on someone, and I might.
If you like click on the C and then reset avatar, it'll break it. Oh yeah.
Jeez, I wonder what the fuck they're talking about over there. What's this whole shit about prefabs over there?
Prefabs.
Oh, I have my thing canceled. That's what it is.
And here she comes back. And there she goes. And here she comes back.
I didn't even notice if she ran out.
Well, she's smart enough to be hidden.
Okay, everyone. The only person I've heard believe that.
Yes, you could refrain from that. It doesn't put the idea in other
Would you
people.
like us to start calling you it?
No.
What are we calling him?
Narrative of your biggest adversary in this group.
Pack your mule, maybe?
Anyway,
remember what happened last time when I got you guys like the last opening bit to the villages and I said blah blah blah, a big orc, blah blah blah.
Nope.
remember what I did then?
Yes.
No.
You're your own worst enemy.
Yeah. Well, if you don't remember, it went something like this.
Did it just die?
Good luck.
What did it say?
I said good luck.
Means we're on our own.
Remember the bit where like getting like doing the orcs or something? Like remember this, and then he just disappeared.
Well, that's a concern now.
Alright. So we'll hold this lantern. I need you to fucking vanish in a moment. Shit, it's
Clearing out someone again.
I'm sort of preoccupied with my own life.
You can smack someone with it. It is.
That's true.
Some level.
Well, the guy just falls into abandon us here. I hope it's safe to assume it's near. I would not recommend touching this. It hurts.
What's an immediate point of interest?
Fire hurts.
Suggest burning out the lights.
Fire hurts. That is your only warning. I'm not your father. I will let you burn yourself.
Let you burn yourself.
This is a teachable moment. Don't you tell me someone warns them. Really, Randall?
And now Asta.
We didn't go too far.
Oh, it's kind of nice. I'll take it.
Right. So, that represents fire. Your hand touches fire. 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 That's my hat.
What is looking for something of importance?
Hot.
I'd say that too.
Okay, let me ponder this. Please tell me they've not go down like
friend.
Yes.
Fee is friend.
Fee is friend. There you are.
Is the hand okay?
Don't you want me to?
Is your hand alright? Are you going to make it?
Is your hand alright?
I wrapped it.
Someday you'll be more than it.
Are they on their way, or?
No, they're talking. They'll catch up, don't worry. They are literally just 50 feet away from us.
Sorry, I thought I saw something in the bushes and
You're literally the biggest thing most likely here, and you'll get scared from just rushing.
And I'm made of skin and bone, and it'll still kill me.
And so are they. Whatever is in the bushes.
I like that thought process, but it's still a little scary.
You get used to the dark. I suppose you're a not nocturnal then.
No. I mean, Bella was usually pretty well lit, all things considered.
But not during the night.
Fire's going for the time. That was more for warmth than anything else.
Fire, ouch!
Yes, fire is ouch.
Fire, ouch!
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing?
I suppose making themselves at home.
Fire, ouch!
It's shelter as any other. You're protected from the rain, at least.
Good enough, I guess.
There's an ominous light from the top, though. That is what I'm a bit curious about.
Wondering upon its origin.
Alright, everyone else wandered ahead. We're the
The what?
only people with light sources. I'm gonna go catch up.
I mean, wondering upon its origin, as far as what it is, its nature, or other things?
It is easily enough to sort of think that is perhaps a natural bioluminescent of a tree known species.
In what advantage would that have, exactly?
Perhaps if you think about certain plants that are carnivorous, perhaps it is meant to attract moths of the light, so that when it goes in there, it's sort of tricking it. And when the moths go in, it actually it actually feasts upon said moth, or at least light attracted insects.
There's an entrance that we're apparently heading inside.
It's a very large carnivorous tree that we're about to walk into the intestines of.
Probably not enough to consume us.
Or the belly, perhaps. Mouth.
There's a door. I can only assume it's not a mouth.
Does that ease your troubles, or it could be a mimic?
I was about to say exactly that. I've always been curious if they would mimic doors. That seems like the sort of thing it would be like.
That would be probably the easiest way to consume a person, just be a door.
Exactly. They'd walk right into it. Oh, it sure is dark in here.
Well, let's go see if we lost 3/4 of our party.
Lots of teeth.
You know, what would even be better if they learned to be a locked door upon appearance. People always like doing things they're not supposed to do.
That's a good point.
I just hope no mimics have actually overheard us and was like, oh, that's a good idea.
Do you think they're actually able to like process common speech?
Well,
they're just like a bundle of nerves.
But wouldn't they have to have some? Wouldn't they be able to have some sort of sentience in order to mimic things that people would go towards? They need to be.
So they do have a brain, at the very least.
If anything, they might
have to be able to like.
If anything, they might be more of another species of human or a mimicry of some kind. Because what better mimicry if they just are a person that hides in plain sight and then sort of.
That's a frightening thought.
Yes, it is indeed. Interesting though.
Of course.
Wow, this door is very small.
Strangely heightened. I'm gonna go in and get 18.
18, the past tense of 8.
That's the one.
Right. There's a man up there named Detours. Bill.
I can calm down.
Yes, we would like to hear you better.
Well, the other door leads to his calm down.
Sorry, is this your humble abode? We did not mean to intrude, I'm sure.
Yeah, it took a bloody long time. I did carve this out, yeah.
Oh, you did this. Well,
good craftsmanship.
Well, rest assured, I'm pretty sure most of us mean you no harm, I hope.
You don't fuck with us, we don't fuck with you. Should I be worried about a certain one of you?
Well, also kind
We're
of.
not marauders. You're fine.
I didn't think so.
Should be there's no need for bloodshed.
Maybe be worried about that one, actually.
You are.
No, that one is mostly harmless, actually. Perhaps one of the most harmless here. They're easily predictable.
Treat them like you would a dog, I suppose.
Is that thing
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Our most reliable recorder. They don't forget a word spoken.
Right.
Well, then that's the road.
It makes sense if your name was like Echo or Parrot or something, if you keep doing that.
Echo or Parrot or something.
Just entering a man's home and just invading their personal space.
I guess that is rather what we're doing, isn't it?
Yes, of course, that's why I'm not overstepping my boundaries.
Likewise.
People dying. I come here to have a look. I'm an elf, so I'm kind of in tune with this thing. You know, talk to it. Accidentally killed it. And all this, you know.
Trees don't people kill you after you killed this tree? Seems fine so far.
A tree killing people.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that happen.
Like living trees.
Just orcs.
Yes, we witnessed it happen.
We treat the other trees
I
nice.
suppose I wasn't around when a tree killed someone.
Reason apparently the ones here just
I wasn't with them when I saw it, but I've seen it happen elsewhere. Common occurrence where I'm from.
ripping apart orcs.
Trees coming alive?
Well, none of us, I believe,
Yes,
have any
often
past
magical
interaction with
defensive force.
trees, so
That and
I imagine we're fine.
That sounds
I mean,
more.
there's all the
Sounds more like
demons that roam through the mist and whatnot. So there's that.
that sounds more like a golem.
Doing it, not trees everywhere.
In a manner
that
of
live
speaking.
Like this.
That's not living.
Something deeper going on.
Well, this is. I mean, it's a tree.
Yes, it is. But
When such fades, it returns to its plant-like state.
I mean, investigating for who I
it is being controlled, not
myself, I'm curious
given
why.
life.
Not always.
Then it's
Generally, though, yes. I mean, if it's not, it's like a dryad or an ent.
yes, but that is more of a spirit, is it not though?
I don't know, sometimes some areas seem
Technically, yes, I believe that's right.
some have more than
So it's not.
Tree
So it's not.
like
So it's not exactly a tree. It's just a
the
spirit.
blade itself is reacting to
That's
something
different.
or someone, I don't know.
Is there any nearby area of interest?
I believe you're correct.
Some of these decay or life, as you say.
This area right here is the most of what I've been doing. Set up this place. Explore the nearby vicinity, but you know, never strayed too far. At least not for now. Like, I am one man. I don't think, you know, trees are killing orcs. They're in like squads and shit. And what the fuck am I going to do compared to an orc squad? You know?
It's certainly a message. We're just, I suppose, doing our own investigating, seeing what conclusions we come to.
Right.
Well, what have you found out or know so far then?
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Not much. Well, okay, are you familiar with the trees turning blue?
I'm going to get air.
Yes, it's like a weird side effect of them dying. It's non-traditional, which is why I've been looking into it compared to, you know, the living ones.
Indeed, yes.
They're living beyond
kind of
normal
death.
capabilities, and they're dying in a weird way.
Magical death. Supernatural.
You think it has something to do with that mage that was?
Likely not just them. If it's more far spread, they weren't that powerful. My current guess would be something akin to undeath or necromancy of some sort, but on trees.
Necromancy
As
on
bizarre as it is.
trees.
Well, it's not normal death. They're not fading away in the normal sense. They're going a different color. They seem to have bizarre properties from what I've been told. Perhaps some sort of
Well,
necromancy.
Sonana's second one we'd been made aware of.
Wouldn't
That's
surprise
still
me.
on this continent.
If that is
The blue
true.
trees.
If okay, you go. I interrupted you.
Well, the blue trees. If we you've done your research. Are you anything noticeable? Maybe of the shit. What's important of a tree? It's soil. You're the druid, not me.
I'll leave this to them. Not exactly my area of expertise.
The bark quality, many factors. It's
Okay.
not really getting sunlight around here.
Right.
That.
So we start with the soil. The soil itself has got like a weird kind of effect to it. I don't quite understand. It's something I've seen before. It's almost as if the soil itself is withering away. And it starts from the roots. The bark gets weaker. And then starts to go that slight bluish hue. Then goes up the tree, and then obviously affects the leaves and just kind of scatters at that point. It starts from the ground and makes its way up.
And so it's
Certainly interesting.
birthed from the soil.
I suppose that's the first point of interest I've found so far.
Could be a ground-based disease of some kind targeting plant life or the flora. And then comes the worry that if that sort of food source gets into the wildlife that eats upon those trees, what it will have effect on them.
About that then. Does it seem like there are certain points that it begins and spreads out, or is the dying trees random in position? Are they sort of spread about in odd locations without much correlation to each other?
It seems almost random. Sometimes there are like larger segments of soil that are
Right, where it spreads, but it seems
decaying.
odd. Like
But
it's
the initial placement, yeah, it's weird.
Have you seen the final stages of perhaps this said affliction upon the trees? Like, is there a sudden sort of reproduction stage that happens at the very end of it, much like a sort of mushroom cordyceps, or similar to the final stages of insects? They are literal flying reproducing devices. That is the main sort of function of that. So
it's nothing of note. Once the patch of soil is the way it is, it sort of remains that way in that area, and then there's no correlation. There's no like pathing of where it moves on to. No nothing. So random different spots, and when it comes to the final stages of the trees themselves, you give them a light tap, and the entire thing crumbles.
Well, at the minimum, it definitely seems like it's not something natural or of this ecosystem. Not any sort of cordyceps, as he said, and it's not infecting anything properly like a plant would. Seems rather intentional, or at least placed by somebody, whatever this effect is.
yes, if it is not a natural disease, usually they are the sole intention of spreading and reproducing. But if the end is just to wither and die, then I can't imagine this is a sort of bacterium or pathogen or mutagen at all.
What are you saying?
I can't pretend I understand the whole conversation, but a part of me was considering if it seems random, maybe like how bees spread pollen, maybe there's some sort of bug or animal that's going around carrying this disease from place to place onto random areas, and maybe it's more concentrated in some where there's more of this animal.
Centralized.
Trees can get diseases.
Makes sense, but it's initially starting in the soil. Maybe it would have to do with animal droppings,
Just have their own
or
specialized
maybe some
diseases,
ground
you know?
creature.
Or someone specifically placing these things here that would sort of explain why it's so random. Just a person trying to do a job.
I suppose so, but
People
it's
are
been...
also more methodical, not chaotic for the most part. There's some method to madness.
Well, that's the evidence we have
My
here.
argument against that is that it seems like there's a lot. One man would be... They'd find it difficult, I believe, to try and do as much as it seems like they've done.
Well, we also don't know how much time has went past since this guy has been here and since has he seen it.
That's a fair point.
So it could, in fact, be a person. Or it doesn't have to be just a person, but multiple.
Possibly. My guess was that there's likely an origin point of some sort of mage. I can't deny that much. This seems magical in nature. But perhaps the actual plague, I guess we'll call it, is being carried by animals. Maybe it only affects plant life and trees, grass, soil, the such too weak in nature, in particular. And then it can be carried around freely without much expense on an animal. They drag it from one place to another.
Maybe it helps us spread quicker, I'm not really sure.
With outside of my area of work.
That's a good possibility.
I want to ask one more questions. I might have overheard it a bit, or maybe I misheard it, but I am going on the assumption that you use, or at least your people here use the trees as some sort of natural defense. Is this correct?
No, well, I suppose I'm here on a one-man job, but yes. You know, I suppose if the whole thing is about it all dying, instead of building something, you kind of make, you know, something out of a dead tree.
Yes.
And isn't, you know, caught in whatever the fuck is going on. It won't wither. Well, because it's already dead.
Is
Nothing
there
to affect.
is there known perhaps tree spirits, or ents in this case, to be known around here to make homage here?
Not that I've seen, no. Large fancy creatures or anything. Just standard wildlife.
Oh.
That's what's confusing me, you know? Can't really find anything. I don't know what's going on.
Then I can't see any
I'm
sort
doing
of
this investigation.
defense benefits that someone would have in sort of taking this away. Go on.
Was there any sort of odd behavior with endemic life around here?
No, they're just being normal animals at this point. It's just something is going on. If it seems magic based, whatever, or whoever's doing it seems to be in some kind of hiding.
Seems weirder that's completely unfazed. The natural life continues.
To what end are they trying to disrupt the ecosystem? That is the big question.
Is there anywhere you haven't checked out yet? Maybe you need like a group of like big strong adventurers to go look in and solve it?
Wow.
It depends what you want to look for. No, nothing can
This is lovely.
try to kill me yet, so I don't...
That's kind of the point, is it not? Kind of fix this.
We are kind of invading their home under their shelter, least we can do.
I call it invading.
We literally walked into someone's home.
He did knock.
Did anyone answer? Did anyone answer?
No.
Well, there you go. That's pretty much an intrusion.
Sorry.
It's fine, you know.
I'm more surprised we've just come across a building with a living man inside at this point, honestly.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I was expecting more traps. It could have been
Okay,
bandits.
Traps against who?
That's also a fair point.
Anything undead.
Us?
So you're a threat now.
Well,
Don't try to sell us. Maybe.
Moving the conversation back to what's likely important at the moment, Revna, you have magics that are to do with nature, with trees, plant life, and such. Yes.
Yes, I can grow and return plants to their prime, but I've never really tried. On Blight, I've just
Could you,
out of
at
seedlings.
the minimum, investigate on a magical level? Perhaps something happening. If we can, do you happen to know if any of these trees nearby are a sort of condensed, singular, I don't know, sufferer?
I
Patient
suppose we
zero.
can have a look. Try and find a early stages and go from there.
Have you sort of dig around in the roots? Have both of you do your research shit? Rest of us keep an eye out in case any wild animal decides to try and grab a snack and then go
I
from
do
there.
have a spell that might be able to assist as well, so I can help you as well if you need it, Revna.
I would like to assist as well.
And I'll just keep watching, because I kill shit for a living. Right. So we,
Appreciate it.
Oh, and thank
Adventure,
you
I suppose.
for being nice. It's rare to come by these days.
Yeah, I suppose it is. I guess same goes for all of you.
Actually, I don't know if anyone procured your name.
Yes, it was Arsenal's first his. Detoris Amberson.
De Torres. Okay. I am Jinpei Boiro. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure.
we're gonna try and get some
Thank you
research
for-
done.
Research.
The trees, the dying ones. With his help and everyone else, we might be able to see if we can
The
figure
blue trees
something out.
decaying.
Well, we're heading in that direction anyway, so it doesn't hurt to have someone come along and investigate with us.
Yes, investigate through the local area.
Exactly.
Clearly.
Unmatched.
You're a blood vampire.
Right, if you're them helping me investigate, if you enjoy the night sky, then go for it. If you wish to go inside, feel free. Don't really have anything in there.
I don't know exactly where to start. So,
The Taurus is coming.
Hmm?
Birthday Taurus is coming over now, I think, or...
I'm pretty sure any tree would be a good place to start.
Yes, I'd stick's throw wherever you want to go.
Sorry, I haven't introduced myself to you though. I'm Jinpei Boiro.
Nice to meet you. I'm Vanessa Lemacy.
Pleasure.
Glad to see other researchers.
I'm not much of a magical practitioner in this case. I'm more of a maester, so I more so understand the world that we know around us instead of the manipulation of it. X Citadel. Yeah. I'm just simply trying to keep up with you.
Actual wooden branches, but that would emerge from the orc.
It's more, as I said, it's more so just plant coming out of the corpse of an orc, for the most part, and then taking on the properties.
Feel like an interesting wood in a few hundred years.
Yeah, they'd live for a while as well.
I mean, making them natural once again.
I do have a question for later, but we can wait till after the research is done.
Right.
Oi.
Slightly weak of an average. Probably the start of something.
They bend.
Yes, but the beginning's here.
That is not how branches are supposed to start. You're right, this thing is dying.
Could you do something to help it, Revna?
Doing our best.
Well,
What's going on with the dying trees?
I want to figure out what's wrong with it first.
yes, we are here to study a dying tree, not cure it right now.
My theory anyway. There's a necromancy placed on trees instead of people.
Could certainly be the case. But not
Is this
surprising.
the only tree around here like this?
There are plenty. That is
This is one in early stages.
the blue trees we crossed by. Those were dying trees as well, due to the same affliction.
There's those and more around, but the spots where they all are and spreading or more spread out in different spots, it's all random.
Could this be the work of our friend that we saw the other night?
It's a possibility.
Go on, Hex.
Friend?
Well, not really a friend, but an old member of our party showed up last night, I believe. I don't know, days and nights blend together. So they showed up recent time. Blue lady, was that her name?
Jason.
Trazen.
Yeah, you know Jason.
You know?
What?
You
know of her legacy.
Oh, yeah.
Who doesn't know the Dark Lord's Archmage?
Yeah. She was helping us out for a bit, but ended up leaving.
Yeah.
I can't exactly remember why. But
Ended up leaving. So you're doing all this for the Dark Lord then?
not for him. No, we're trying to kill him.
You can paralyze a man.
Much against him.
Skeleton that's lost all sense of nerve.
How about you? You with or against him? I assume against, right? If you're a sensible guy.
You might want to ask that before you tell us how it's standing. But I suppose if you're a man of
Pretty
conviction.
interesting question to open with.
But if you are a man of conviction, then I respect that you would follow in suit if they mean the latter rather than with us.
Let's just say I'm more neutral.
Completely fair.
I'm not going to fight.
Oh, you scared the shit out of me. Announce yourself when you come out of the brushes.
Did you not hear me walk
Actively
in?
fight against
No, you were behind brushes, and there was sounds like something big was behind them.
If the realm dies, I suppose if we don't know Dark Lord, there wouldn't be any more anything else.
Suppose you're right.
I didn't see that.
I'm asking to just curious to see it. Are the roots affecting anything at all? Is it what's causing the soil to rot up, or vice versa?
Any good leads so far?
No, it starts from the soil and moves inside. Get afflicted with whatever this is. And obviously from the root, it makes its way up.
Let everything just petrify away until
This just all
weakens Mother Nature, I'd imagine.
all dead.
Gives us brownie points to help our alchemy calls before we go and meet him.
Perhaps one of us could trap a beast that feeds on these sort of trees and see what happens to it.
What sort of magic is that?
Place is completely
Weird.
uninhabitable.
It's nature. The spell just sort of died off when you came in contact with it.
Is it not working or something?
Anti-magic, possibly?
Whatever stragglers are still living.
Somehow.
Exactly. Helping out the ecosystem.
Let me try something else.
What appears to be
I can also do a bit of
I
ice.
tried some nature magic on it, and the spell just dissipated.
Ice works. So far, it seems to be targeting the school of nature. I don't know.
Isolate from nature, much like how drow are now isolated from nature and are no longer elves. That makes more sense.
Just out of curiosity, would something undead have an adverse effect to sort of magical healing of such? If so, I might have something for this, just to help decipher what we're dealing with.
Well, I suppose no, right? It's restoration. It's designed to heal and cure whatever it's targeting.
But the one that is undead can't simply receive regular healing as such. Better
It's slightly more difficult, but something that can be done.
Okay, just begging the
It's
question.
restoration magic. It's not necessarily healing. It's restoring something to its initial state.
Putting it back together.
I see. Forgive me, I don't know much in the ways of magical practice. That is not my field.
Of course.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah,
My apologies. Some of the soil. Could you hand me
Oh, right, the soil.
Sort of.
You'll be infected.
Don't know why I didn't do that earlier.
Why don't you grab a
What the fuck are you eating this oil?
grabbing a taste to it? You said some of the affliction could start in the dirt. I'm seeing if there's also a taste of a difference. Being able to decipher these things right off the bat is very useful, other than like inspections.
I'm assuming your taste is able to decide to help with this.
Let me taste some regular dirt, just to really taste the difference.
That is not what I meant.
You beg the question.
Let him do his research. Why is it crunchy?
Because there were some rocks in there.
Certainly failed to read them,
You have to try again.
There's a rock in between my teeth.
Oh god.
Give me 1 second. Anyway, There is a slight difference in taste, yes.
Okay.
It's a bit of a rotten sort of taste, like an egg. Yes, like a spoiled egg. Like you leave it out, you boiled one, and the air is so pungent, and it's like someone just whipped one right in front of you and just smiled at you because of it. You know?
Anything happened?
But it is very slight.
I think it
What does that mean? What did it do?
via some means. I don't know much about Nate. Have you?
Stole the mana signature from it.
Maybe someone is just
You can check mana signatures, I think.
different trees and doing anti-nature magic, just separating it from Mother Nature.
I tried to remove the spell from it.
You could have.
Oh.
Could be.
Right, like the final stage.
Not a bad thought process.
Try.
As you said, move it from Mother Nature. Mother Nature cannot sort of take care of it, and I'm pretty sure we're all beings of such.
Good soil. Like a comparison.
With ourselves, when we lose our connection to our skin tones, bluish purple, completely different biology.
Decay just like that.
I'd say it's similar, at the very least.
What can that book do?
Was there more or
I cannot
less
believe
of the magic in it?
One has it for Mother Nature.
There was more.
The Spade has someone with the Dark Lord.
Right.
Well, if the Dark Lord is aiming to sort of weaken it, one of the few gods that could well indeed oppose him.
Rivna,
Let's try to avoid that.
a big ask of you.
It'd be nice to hang out after.
Yes, they're gone. They are
Could you
definitely
pump this
pumped.
with a decent chunk of nature magic? Bizarre research. It might be something tampering with it and stealing the mana.
I might ask for not me to pump a lot of magic. I don't want to accidentally poison.
Okay, you know what then? Don't do that. You, fucked up soil. Find some. I need some more. We'll start with that.
Yes, do get a taste for it.
Hold up on the tree. Wait on the tree. We'll do it smaller scale.
Smaller scale.
Right,
The soil.
I'll hold it if you want it.
I think if you
Safer if I magic
the
right.
same way.
Right. Fucked up soil. Just try a handful of it. Try pumping a little bit of mana into this.
Interesting. It's restoring itself.
Except for those pirates.
Going back into,
Yeah, they seem pretty on board what we're doing.
I guess, a
What?
non-infected kind of form.
What happens if you put it back though? Does it immediately start becoming the way it was?
Be able to maybe replant it.
For the world's sake, they should stop.
Yes, of course.
That was very interesting.
We could
Only having what?
a test of me doing that to a small sample, and then try putting it within the rotten tin
Now
normal
it's doing nothing. It's just acting as normal soil.
It's not becoming infected with the rest.
Not immediately, at least.
No, it doesn't actually seem like an infection of some kind.
Again, the only thing on my mind was,
If it is a
It's the withdrawal of nature.
to be honest, I didn't have much help taking care of that.
so something's actively blocking it out. Or maybe it's if we're going on the assumption that something is affecting it, but perhaps maybe it is also choosing to block itself out. That is also a possibility.
Maybe she's
Righteous way of looking at things.
waning.
I think it's just me feeling like
What do you mean by her?
Ode. People who've done me good, ultimately done good.
I'm just superstitious, you know, the belief in Mother Nature and the effect.
Right.
But if there's any silver lining compared to what I was doing 3 years ago.
I was based in a
company of people. Didn't realize how insane I'd gone, but just wandering around
a
forest
kind of
and
way to
towns
see it.
with
A grove.
fiery sword and whatever meat I could scratch up the blood.
Right, a druid, yes.
How about you? What brought you here?
Interesting.
You tried putting, what was it, nature magic, like, what was it, either into the roots of the soil and it got off, was it?
Yes, I tried
It was
putting
created as a place to be away from the dark.
some, almost like it was,
I only ever really heard
not
stories.
necessarily putting it in, but kind of
Why would you
surrounding it.
Surrounding it,
Yeah. More, and then that kind of just cut itself off.
Because it went to hell.
As if something is wrong with the school itself.
Kind of the reason the place is kind of a shithole.
Not compatible.
I'm trying to do right by that.
Have to be made free. Dark Lord's influence actually have their own eyes to them.
People
No one's really trying to do it out of any
stick
sense of altruism. It's used just because they want to be a ruler of somewhere on the stars.
I wouldn't be surprised if I
We didn't really have a ruler.
in my
We did have a life
position
source.
was waiting with someone's sticking their copper nails into it and slowly killing her.
Hopefully this group's at least offered you a little bit more brevity than my your friend.
I could try pumping some restoration into us if there could be any note difference.
I suppose you could give it a go, I don't...
I'll do a bit, I won't overdo it.
I grew up in Ruffalo, on the outskirts of the main city.
Starting it now.
It's like a pleasant place, admittedly.
Right,
I
it's
typically grew up around the times when it was the most dire.
somewhat reverting back. Not quite though, not the same level that nature magic would put it in. Just giving it a little something.
Wasn't bad.
I'm gonna stop there. Just in case. Okay, there's some difference.
I think the issue here lies in its healing magic, right?
For mine, yes.
Any
From what
other
I'm
items from nature?
understanding, it's not that it's necessarily sick or diseased. It is simply just lacking.
It's lacking, yes. I just wanted to make sure, just in case it would at least give us anything. But
Seems like Mother Nature or whatever is growing weaker, losing the grasp on certain plants, I guess.
it does seem likely.
Well, this
That's
journey
my
is on
guess.
the goal of what we try to bring
It's-
back.
yeah.
Research is not as strong.
We need to prevent
This is why people don't want to say it. It sounds
We need to
embarrassing.
prevent that.
The same with some. What about saving the party?
I don't think there's anything we can do. Except if we go see Mother Nature herself and
First
try to
time in
figure
my
things
life
out
where
there.
I can say I've been fully in the right.
Or I could put my nature magic, like it's fertilizer, all these blighted trees.
I guess you'd say so.
And then experience the backlash of it every time.
Technically, I've heard about.
Well, perhaps all these trees connected to one another, like one whole ecosystem.
You help Mother Nature, you help all the trees.
Alright, there you go again about
You can give a man a
Mother
fish.
Nature being a physical thing.
But you can teach him to fish and get more.
Then the bigger question is all these trees in some way interconnected, like a long route of everything? One whole ecosystem, one living being? Or is it just each one is individual?
I'm not sure, clearly you know something I don't.
It stumped me with how you said it spread out. Trees with their roots often spread messages to each other like a system. If there is a rot, then all the other trees will also.
And that could explain how the affliction is spreading.
But then it would pass. It wouldn't be chaotic.
We don't exactly know where the roots spread though. They're underneath the ground.
The soil is sort of
in service to a greater power.
The trees can't grow the...
My instincts, these three, if it is inadvertently or indirectly connected to that one or that one, if we let this one die, we will know which one it's connected to. And therefore, we know at least in what path it is perhaps going.
No point focusing on the trees.
It's a bit of a stretch, I know. I just...
How long would we have to wait to see it?
Oh, she's weakening, or maybe even
That's a question for you. How long do we have to wait until this thing truly dies and perhaps spread elsewhere?
I guess it depends. I've seen some go for days, just even when some only last a few hours, it really differs.
There's no rhyme or pattern to it, there's no consistency.
What if you just cut down
There's something
A bigger picture.
Well, that's just killing it anyway, isn't it?
I thought you were mentioning about killing it, waiting for it to die.
More so waiting it for it to die, not killing it.
For the process of it, of it currently dying.
We're cutting it down to see the rings of when it's been diseased, but that's a stretch.
I'm really just trying to make sense of the pattern of spread, rather than it just being a random reaching into a bag and saying, this is the tree I'm going to affect next. You know? Regardless, this was a lot of information to digest.
So I guess we just sleep on it? Are we allowed to stay around here?
Yes, of course. It helps.
Unfortunately, I think you have to reinforce
As long as we can stay under the tree of yours, that is fine. We don't have to be let indoors. Just protection from perhaps the weathered rain. That is to the very least. And perhaps at
No,
most.
it's not that great protection against the rain. If you look directly up there, it's just a massive hole.
It is something. It is better than
It is something, yes. You can.
It's better than
If you go
being
into the
under
building,
the leaves.
yeah, you can go under the tree in general. If you go into the building, there's the almost like balcony up a bit where you first met me. If you go under that, then obviously you'll be protected to the open roof. You have options. You have options.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You are too kind.
Yes.
We're not dead. We were just looking at the tree. Elf, the scientist, and the druid. I'm trying to find out why it died.
Regardless, I look forward to working with you on this.
I look at it.
I guess let's head back.
Any interesting discoveries?
Get a good tree.
It's blocking out of nature, not natural. It's not a blight or and he said it's more of nature with healing, and that something nature magic into would help it rather than cursing it all.
Tap, 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 tap.
That'd be interesting.
It's a quill.
Ah.
You want one?
Oh my goodness, does that not hurt?
I'm used to it by now. They come out all the time.
Which is
I have more in my back.
You are this folk.
Yeah, you can say something like that.
Mother Nature, I slipped up, I'll be honest.
Hedgehogs
I'm a druid.
specifically.
I'm allowed to be super don't think we can try the picture. The hunt.
Well, we know this. We've done all we can. I
us this moment.
You traveled far enough. Maybe give ourselves some rest. Night is crawling soon, and my blade needs a moment.
He's starting to spin the quill in between his fingers.
New elven companion has lived out here for a while. I'm sure if we ask him nicely enough, he can point us in a direction of food and water if we need it.
Indeed.
Fucking guides got on the floor wherever he went.
I don't know why Guide kind of just went in ground. He said something, but it kind of confused me.
Did it was to show us. Maybe we're supposed to see something.
Or perhaps it's because it's made of plants and needs an armor.
That's what I was thinking. Nature spirit and such.
With a diminishing mana, maybe he has to return to the soil every now and again to regain his strength. I don't know.
Perhaps. I take it Fly's just running around currently.
Everyone's taken the chance to go explore much further than
No.
the two locations we've been, but under the assumption none of us have found the kind of shelter we could preoccupy for the night.
Not really. I believe that I have a small bit of supplies still from the castle, but I don't know if it will be able to cover everyone.
Yes, we've been given permission to use the humble abode by the graces of the person we sort of walked in on. At least the tree too.
The balcony and such.
Probably. As much as I would love to get, nice and creative and build ourselves a little something to sleep in, after the news that the trees are living and killing orcs for misbehaving, I'm not exactly in the mood to start cutting at trees. Wish they gave us supplies from them, we would, but...
You just stay under this one.
How's that, Jeopard? At least just using the inside.
Or if you're able to keep your balance, you could sleep atop one of the branches.
Just hope you don't stir.
Any of the other trees would hold the man's weight.
She'll give back to you, but I think if there's something under, it's fine to chop the tree.
Nothing to give.
Maybe mana? Since we don't have enough. Well, I guess you don't have any. Yeah.
Well, it's not disease, is it? It's just.
Underdeveloped.
From nature is the mouthful.
Alright, don't be through it if it's just cutting into a tree and you're worried about your mana. What's it gonna take from me? Fucking nothing anyway.
What?
Sword now.
Right. We'll let you on. Got left if you have to know. You speak of Mother Nature's
Don't say a word, stand in my way. Give us cover for a moment.
Is that right?
Be alright.
You know, you're holding up some secrets, and I'm not quite fond of that. What I'm also not fond of? Murder threats and dark lords. Oh, come on now, let's what fucking idiots are you? They openly
Stay, remain still.
the dark lord. You didn't, confirm my side of things and try to work it out. Devin, let's start taking some old news, shall we? I know it's my fault you lived in the Wayne Nation. You tried to us in Harry's access and sky at the death eat into your skull.
Make this guy.
Don't make any sudden movements. He has the sword to him.
Isn't the sword blocking it?
It's too dangerous. It doesn't. He has the sword at his chest. I'm not.
My blade is in the way, but it's my penis and slide across my blade. Have you ever heard of a good twisted neck? Speak about this quickly. You're outnumbered, you have the capability to cast, and you're not going to die. Just put down your knife. Like a...
I mean, if you let him go, we don't have to kill you. He's probably a bad
dumb.
call. No, I'm not dumb. We'd be like, I'm gonna kill you anyway, they're gonna take someone else with them.
Yeah. You try to stab me, do anything, I got plate armor. I'm going to steal it. That's opportunity to do something. Let me see your friend. No armor is perfect. My blade is perfect. When was the last time you sharpened it?
I have an idea, but it's going to be stupid.
Alright, blunt weapon going through what? Plate armor, canvas on the inside, and then my blade. I think you have plenty of time. You know, well, I have plenty of time to literally anything. How about we trick first? No, you seem awfully bigger and have armor. I'm not a fucking moron. group of bandits trying to kill the Dark Lord, yes. You don't know what loyalty is?
So you would kill one of the Dark Lord's son's party and anger him further.
Oh. Already. That's his son.
No, he doesn't have a son. You know him enough, don't you? Unlovable, unable to love all the soul.
Great. So
She's
you're
just
what?
delusional.
She's not sure what
Right.
she's talking about.
So you haven't a clue of loyalty either. The moment someone says something you're not a fan of, you call them a lunatic.
We are
Why don't you call that one a lunatic? He opened up the fact that you're not pro-Dark Lord.
Let's see there. Oh, perfect. There are holes for the eye.
Yes, there is.
Myth don't.
That's one thing you fail to understand. You don't have a helmet, and that sword is blocking me from that one. Not blocking me from you.
I know. I want you to strike me then. Come on. I don't think that's strong
Myth, and
enough to
that is
deserve
not the
to
point.
strike you.
That is not.
See inside of that helmet and take that eye first.
You
Feel more
stab
than
the eye.
Myth,
someone
and
loses their neck.
you can't strike him faster than he can kill him.
I'm holding your other arm.
Let's not be rash, then.
Yes, let's not. What?
Interesting. What are you wearing again? What, a mask and a hood?
What do you want?
This is a full plate
What
helmet.
do
I
what
should do a head
what
back.
do you want? What do you want from us? That is the big question. What is the whole point? Yes, in truth.
You keep mentioning, oh, Mother Nature's a person. Go save them. What do you mean by that?
What do you want from us? Because you're obviously holding him hostage. You want something from us.
Who said that she's
In
a
the most
person?
blatant way.
Isn't it like the land below us?
That one
Like,
there.
you
I
call
believe
a
you
boat
agreed
a
to it.
she.
That's someone
Yeah,
else.
it's like the same way you call a boat a person. Are you stupid?
No.
Okay, insults are not getting us anywhere.
Because the moment you said it, you tried to clear it up. You tried to prove otherwise. The moment it came into question.
How can we?
So, either way, you're right, we're in the wrong. Always. No matter what
Okay.
we say, it's not like you're gonna believe us anyway.
Okay, let's act like that is true. How do we proceed to this without you taking someone's life?
No, you tell me the truth.
Of what? What do you want to know? What do you want to know?
Actually try and say something and don't call the other person insane or that they're wrong or that they're lying. What is the genuine truth?
Okay, what is the genuine truth of what you want to know?
I mean, it sounds like you've already made up your mind. We can agree to anything you want us to say. Let your friend go. How are you
Right.
supposed to know what the truth actually is? It's our word against yours.
Great, and I have some evidence in my favor.
Then, what are we trying to get at? What evidence? Again, what is the purpose for all this? You're sort of faffing about.
What the fuck do you mean by Mother Nature being a person and that they're dying?
We don't know much. We know just as much as you do. Whatever we said there, that is us going through speculations and theory. The Ascended Ones left millennia ago. No one's seen them since. So, truthfully, no one would really know unless them. If they truly are still here, we don't know. So, please, if this is just in the name of that, he has nothing to do with it. We are
I
not.
believe there's more to the story. Because guess what?
You motherfuckers aren't quiet. I heard quite a bit. So, do you wish to, expand on said thing, or leave it like, oh, it might be the Ascended ones, they're long fucking gone. They don't give a shit about us, what happens here. There's something going on within this realm. Now what is it?
What if they did?
The Ascended ones will protect us again.
But I might have to be arguing with someone.
Dark Lord will come back.
If I feel even the slightest bit of anything against me, I follow through with the next thing I'm about to do.
Please, back away then. Back away. No one behind. This is a life. If you're willing to kill him, you'd be letting him kill our friend. You behind him, I don't remember your name, Jackson, whatever the fuck. You do anything, he kills him. You understand that? That would be blood on your hands. So please. Okay. No one else is behind you.
Expand on the Mother Nature talks now. Anyone here?
Never heard of the principles?
Shit,
They're a concept, and we are not completely sure that they're real, of course, but it's still a principle that some of us are royally religious to. It's a strange concept that they have, but as each to their own.
Right, yes, that theory. So what, are they real?
We are uncertain, but as I said, one of our own is religious to them.
They told many tales of principles within my grove. I'm trying to find any solution I can. Maybe for this one.
You're still a researcher, right? I know who you work for.
Right, so
do you not want to see this? Do you want to really see this place?
Based off the theory, if one of them dies or starts dying as a catastrophic realm event. Shit, I guess if the nature one's dying, it'd lead to shit like this.
Do you really want that?
No, you understand.
At the end of the day, we're trying to fix this place. That is the truth. Our past motivations.
Right, appreciate the concept. So, key thing, right, from past conversations, you're still very going to kill the Dark Lord?
Yeah. Curiosity. What do you even have to gain from all this shit? Dark Lord dies, you do as you will. He doesn't die, we all die, and you simply continue on.
I
don't
did
see how this
the
affects you.
one thing that people like you should really do more often.
What's that?
Submit.
No. I fucking lied about my loyalties.
Damn it! Drag him away! Drag him away! Drag him away now! Come on. Okay. There's a deep laceration straight into his shoulder and between his neck. Okay. 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 Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay.
That should stop the bleeding. That'll stop the blood. You're fine. It'll hurt for a while, but you will not die.
Yes, of course.
Chris is dead, neck is snapped. You need to face now's your time.
This is why we don't tell random people things.
I wasn't going to spill that.
So you can have it more palatable. Probably nothing. Yes, they already turned in for the night.
Don't worry, me. Could deny the bastard an afterlife. Don't need them coming back.
Not on me. Reverend.
I'm sorry. I only thought of saving his life.
It's fine. Not everyone's done the shit I've done, the work I do. Not everyone's first thought is murder.
Alright, so
And perhaps
so
it's
I
a
told him about
kindness.
our motivations. Speak up.
I thought we could turn him away from it.
Wonder as to we planning to witch hunt an individual out of the group through this.
Here, move over.
No, I'm simply trying to make sure that we know who not to have more information about. If they continue to spout that as soon as we meet an individual, then we're all going to
It
give
was
our
a
hits
failure
before
amongst
month
the
they go into
entire
attack.
group. We all made mistakes. We all made mention of certain things we shouldn't have.
As long as the consensus is to not be as open, then that should be understood. We don't have to be pointing fingers whom did it. Just that collectively we need to understand that. Our adversity to the usurper himself, and was perhaps our beliefs towards the ascended ones, no matter if they are here or not. Those are two things that seem to have set them off.
Yes, that makes sense.
It was the first sign of actually intelligent life that we've seen while we've been on this damn continent. It only makes sense if people want to reach out and connect with it in some way. Everything else has been undead or some fucking spirit of some sort. Can't blame a man for wishing to find some joint ground with another fellow man. It was a mistake, but we shall be wiser going forward.
Ravana, have you collected any blood for what's her name?
No, I offered to, and
She rejected it, I heard.
she said I needed to stay away from her and sit off into the woods.
Do you still have it?
What?
I'm assuming you ensanguinated him.
I did not. I was going to.
You should.
Yeah.
She hasn't fed in 2 days.
2 days.
She might not accept it from you, but perhaps when she's in a better mood, accepting it from someone else. So please, that's what I mean, ensanguinate.
Yes, I'll do with it.
I'm not a healer, but I can fix
Pardon us.
wounds.
Brenda, take him inside.
Of course. Again, I'm sorry. I just didn't want it to end like that.
I know. You're a good man for not wanting that.
You tried. Oh.
He'll live, right?
I hope.
Wait.
Check on him in the...
Just took him inside. Fuck.
What?
Yes.
Here we are.
Ravna,
Yes.
I know you have strong beliefs. And respectfully, you calling them a superstition, I would say, is perhaps a disservice to what you believe in. I know you're trying to downplay it, at least in the eyes of ones that believe that the ascended ones have abandoned us, but if you truly do hold that near and dear, At least don't speak of them in that way. You can... How shall I say? I'm not trying to downplay your belief, not at all. If anything, I respect it very much. But to openly speak of it, even if a lie, to tell people to misdirect their adversity towards you, to say that it is superstition, it might be an insult to the ascended ones, the ones you hold near and dear. They are real to you, right?
You're...
Are they real to you?
They are real to me. It's been my life mission to get their attention back, to bring them back.
Then treat them as such, even if you must never speak as such. I'm pretty sure if your words mean a lot to them as a diehard follower, I'm pretty sure they'd like to hear that someday when they come back.
Thank you.
Of course.
Every one of them have got Paul. I can work those into concoctions later. So perhaps tired appetites are better, a bit better than at least a normal drink.
Do you know where she went?
That's way. I thought about following, but I thought that might be a bad decision.
I can follow her, and perhaps if she were to accept my offer, she'll be in a better mood to accept yours.
Perhaps so, yes.
I'll go find her then.
I suppose might be the part of the hesitation is that it's from a walking sentient person. Walking, talking, I guess. Pop's not small a concern.
Enjoy your meal.
I can distill one of these and may have some better lasting effect than a simple drink. Takes a little bit of time, but at least it's not mine this time.
Yes, it is, but still the association with the blood being near you, fresh blood. Pretty sure that's a bit hard to distinguish.
Oh, I suppose so.
But that's again what I'm going to offer.
I will freely admit that it's not something I entirely view as a problem. But you understand the nature of where I was from.
Yes, I do.
Why did the other two run off? Is it sort of blood frenzy, some sort of like lust for it?
She hasn't fed in a while.
Temptations of such.
If you're going to go feed them, you won't mind if I quietly trail behind, just in case things get a little bloody or messy. I'm not killing anyone. But if things get poor, I can drag someone away. Where did Revna go?
Maybe somewhere in there. That is where the last place I saw her. She was right in front of there.
I'll keep my distance. I won't be seen. I'm just there to make sure you guys don't get your own blood, drank out of your neck.
I'm going to respect her wishes, and
I'm not.
if anything of the sort does happen to me, I would ask that you not intervene. So it's my own doing.
No,
I know.
If it looks like you're about to die, then I will, considering you're gonna have people dropping off. We spent all that effort saving him.
Perfectly fair.
You don't need to worry
I
much
suppose I
about
just
me.
understand such
I'm
risks.
not entirely what I seem.
Yes. They do not pose a threat to him in that regard. He should not have to worry.
Right then. If you'd like to lead the way, I'll trail.
Yes, I will as far as I can. And I don't wish to violate her wishes, so. Straight ahead, past the bushes. There.
Do you want to go?
Don't think I should. She told me I need to stay away from her. I don't think it would be. I do not wish to offend her.
Okay.
There is.
Do you want me to ask her
I
something?
will.
Tell her anything?
If it would help set her mind at ease, and perhaps deal with this issue that she is having, and such can be managed in a manner that perhaps it does not go too far. If she requires my blood, I will provide.
Knowing the nature of where you were before, I understand that there's an option. She doesn't see it as one.
I know. Things are very different in Australia. Still. Of course. Forget it. I think that might just incense her and make her feel like she has to stay away. So, I trust you to play by such as needed, but if you have to play such a card, that's fine.
I will do as such.
Good luck. Thank you. Do you have, some for her?
While the man was still beating on the floor.
Splendid. Thank you. I'll make myself scarce.
I'll be watching.
She's not alone.
Giving them blood. Worried they might have acted up, I think, after the bloodshed. Keep an eye to make sure things don't go poorly. We'll be back soon.
He closed his wound around her.
Do you mind the third company?
I don't mind.
Do go on. I don't mean to interrupt.
We're just talking.
Okay.
I'm afraid I'm not very good company. I apologize for that.
Well, I sort of came here with intentions of not being great company too.
Why?
Well, I tried to talk a man down, and it didn't exactly work out.
They all talked for too long. It was a waste of time. Could see from the beginning that it wasn't going to go in our favor. We should have acted sooner, but it's too late to cry about it, so we do our best and we move on.
Regardless of the situation, he was going to get hurt anyway. I was trying to prevent that, at least.
Yes.
None of them could have.
Is he alright?
Hopefully he survives through the night.
Zeno is around here somewhere. She could take a double look.
Who?
The healer.
I believe she's around.
Even so. You stopped the immediate damage the best you could, Asta. We don't have anyone else. You do alright.
I don't think I'm very suited for this.
You don't have to stay. You might be lonely otherwise. It's rare to find those who disagree with the Dark Lord.
I'd rather stay here with that other guy.
Have you ever heard of a man called Vodnik?
I don't think so.
Okay. Thanks anyway.
I can check the note I wrote.
Only at your leisure. Don't want you to do anything you don't want to do.
If it helps, I still might look anyway.
If you'd like. No rush. You didn't talk to Raven about my problem, did you?
It's all she ever brings up. It's not my fault.
So she knows what we've talked about.
Hmm?
She knows what we've talked about.
You're going to have to be more specific.
If I come to you asking for help explaining my problems being around her, do you then relay it to her?
No.
That's good at least.
What do you see as your problem then?
It's nothing I haven't already explained to you. Suppose I just worry.
So does she.
Be safer if I left.
For whom?
For both of us.
Not for you. You might die out there alone.
Be better than killing her before I go.
Well, that's what I mean. It's not safe for you.
If I made it this far.
And how much longer can you make it that far?
No.
Not much.
You doubt me.
The usurper is expanding the borders every second that we are not fighting against them. And we are just a very small, 20 people fighting force. We can't take on an army. Soon, his influence will swallow the world, and there will be no place to hide. So, it's Mossad everyone.
I'm more pessimistic than I am.
I'm just realistic. If that were a case, then that would happen. Your hope is to defeat him. And while I don't see that being a thing, it is something I want to see.
It would be a bonus. I don't really think there's much hope left for this world. But I am looking for someone. And if we're all going to die, I'd like to at least say goodbye to him.
A brother, a father, a lover.
Messiah.
I see.
I hate him. But I love him. It's infuriating. Just want to know why he left. What did he have to gain? What was the point? Sometimes I wonder if he just has this deep, grand plan. That somehow what I'm doing now is part of it. He was always clever. He'd call me a fool for wallowing by a tree. Suppose I am one. It's part of who you are. Accept it, Lorelei. Bastard.
So that's why I don't like my words.
They're a bit sore. Yeah. But it's not your fault. I try not to hold it against you. Everyone's got a reason for doing what they're doing. Why they're here. Whether it's to defeat the Dark Lord and see his demise, or some other ulterior motive. Don't think either one of you are exempt from that, even if you found us by accident. You're here for a reason.
No, I very much want to kill the Dark Lord.
I do. I could.
What drives you? Why? Why does it matter?
You can start first.
Well, me. I am. It's kind of why I was down there so long. When his armies took over, and they killed everyone in the jail.
You want revenge?
was in there for an extra like 200 years. I feel like it's pretty justified.
I'd agree. It's honest. Anger is honest.
I am a Maester, or at least an ex-Maester from the Citadel, north of Grania. Philosophers and bookkeepers and, put it simply, librarians. Though the Grand Archives sort of is nestled there. The vastest world of knowledge, anything general to the expertise and the unique that no one delves into, that is where all it is directed there. That is where I found myself. Why I feel I belong. I believe very much in the sort of tool and the preservation of knowledge itself. A weapon can be wielded by anybody, and therefore should be given to anybody. But there are certain knowledges that the usurper himself finds distasteful and wants to snuff it out. That is why I'm against him.
You want to preserve.
Preserve for the thing that is meant for everybody. Even the usurper.
A hefty goal.
Even the usurper himself, he deserves all right to have that knowledge. But to strip that away from everybody else?
Equality.
Yes.
Equal knowledge for all.
Therefore, the balance of the world can just sort itself out. If one nation wages war against another, and they both have full knowledge of each other, whatever weaknesses and strengths, then obviously the winner of that war should be the one that deserves to conquest and survive and thrive. They were just simply better, a natural selection.
And do you want to go back? You both, would you like to go back? From the stories you come from?
I'm ex-maester for a reason. They did not agree.
I don't really know.
I have no place back at the Citadel.
I'm from Austin. I came from a noble house. We had land and lots of it. Should you find yourself... Should we win, and you find yourself not knowing where to put yourself, you would be welcome. Though I guarantee it is probably in shambles at the moment.
Aruf.
Well, we can always fix it.
Yes. Considering our immortality, there's plenty of time to do so. If we win. Big if. I'd like to see the winery again. Even if I can't really enjoy it.
Put a little blood in it, it'll be fine. That's the trick.
I suppose you're right. I should see if this forest has anything else to offer.
I have something to offer. The man, while he was still gushing blood from the open sword wound, I thought of you.
Oh, how kind.
Don't downplay it. He told me you haven't fed.
Can you trust me with this one?
I'm going to watch you this time.
I just drank.
You did?
You might want to hold on to it. Yes.
From who?
You're not the only one who thought of that.
Oh, thank goodness. Good. Well, then. Glad we're all watching out for Lorelai here.
I can feed myself. I just don't find it particularly
You've
enjoyable.
been very down today. I was worried.
I can control. I can tell you you were trying to control your tone with me.
Previous part of the forest offered nothing.
Well, I know.
I tried.
You said so, and here we are, feeding a fellow.
You think his shoes would fit?
We're taking his shoes. If they fit or not, we're gonna fit them to you.
He
I
also.
don't want his pants.
He also.
You don't have to have his pants.
I mean, he probably voided his pants. That's what usually happens to people when they die.
Maybe he has some spare shoes inside.
He also had a full set of armor.
We take what we can off of him. We search his home, and we'll just bring it with us. We'll get it fitted. We'll repurpose it. If you don't like his style, we'll make it into something else. I know how to sew if we have the tools for it.
I do. I've sewn up people before.
I know how to sew. I
It,
don't really remember.
immortality usually gives you tons of hobbies.
I know how to play dead.
I learned when I was still human.
If you like, I can tell her you're fine.
Sure. I probably owe her an apology or an explanation tomorrow. I thought... First thing I thought of was grabbing her by the neck.
Well, she insanguinated the man too. But if you're not comfortable at least taking blood from her, because again, it is an association game. Human holding blood, doesn't matter if it's from them, on them, or just in a jar. The fact that it's coming from them, or any blood, it awakens the urge. So, we can make it things easier if we're the ones delivering it to you. Could be from her, just we hand it to you. Would that make things a little easier?
Probably for the best.
Okay. And I'm going to tell her you're fine. She's worrying. That's all I'm going to tell her. You're fine.
Thanks.
Of course. This might be one of the few cases where I'd actually carry vampire blood on me, so the next time it might be a lot more chunky and green.
Okay. Now I have something to debate.
Also, that's what you look like. Sorry, I wanted to ask real quick if any of you have seen Nirvana.
No.
Thank you.
No, afraid not. The conversation go well. I didn't hang much. You seem to have it under control, so...
She'll be fine. I can at least tell that. She won't be needing some today. So at least today she'll be fine.
At the start.
Thank you and sorry for interrupting.
You're fine.
Did you see that too?
No.
Okay, then it was my own eyes.
What?
Nothing, I saw something else. That man, he was the one who owned the place, right?
Yes? Am I standing on something?
I don't think so. I think it's just this place is slightly elevated. Let me stand right next to you. Do I look like I'm standing weird? You're slightly
We're
bending.
level in the ground.
Okay, then it's not just you.
Yeah, that's normal for me.
Okay. What was I going to say? This is technically our home now, at least for now.
Yes. We were going to go through things, then we were going to go for a hunt.
Okay. I'd come along, but I'm not suited for such a thing. I'm pretty sure you.
Tell him to go through his things.
True.
Oh my god.
Vampire bonding.